They dazzled on the silver screen, set fashion trends, and defined what it meant to be a Hollywood star. In this video, we revisit over 75 legendary icons from the golden age of cinema, the actors and actresses who captivated generations with their unforgettable performances. From their rise to stardom to their lives today, join us on a nostalgic journey through time as we explore your favorite classic Hollywood stars. Then and now. Clint Eastwood, born on May 31, 1930 in San Francisco, California. Clint Eastwood became known for Western classics and acclaimed director. Today, he is 95 years old. Sophia Loren, born on September 20, 1934 in Rome, Italy, Sophia Loren became known for beauty and talent in international cinema. Today, she is 90 years old. Julie Andrews, born on October 1, 1935 in Walton-on-Thames, England, Julie Andrews became known for The Sound of Music. Mary Poppins. Today, she is 89 years old. Charlene Tilton, born on December 1, 1958 in San Diego, California, Charlene Tilton became known for Dallas. Today, she is 66 years old. Robert Redford, born on August 18, 1936 in Santa Monica, California, Robert Redford became known for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Sting. Today, he is 88 years old. Kim Novak, born on February 13, 1933 in Chicago, Illinois, Kim Novak starred in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, 1958. Now 92, she will receive the Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement at the Venice Film Festival 2020. Shirley MacLaine, born on April 24, 1934 in Richmond, Virginia, Shirley MacLaine won an Oscar and remains active at 90. She recently published a memoir and continues working on new film projects. Ava Marie Saint, born on July 4, 1924 in Newark, New Jersey, Ava Marie Saint won an Oscar for On the Waterfront and remains a legendary figure at 100. June Lockhart, born on June 25, 1925 in New York City. New York, June Lockhart starred in Lassie and Lost in Space. At 99, she's one of the last surviving actors from Hollywood's golden age. Gene Hackman, born on January 30, 1930 in San Bernardino, California, Gene Hackman won 2 Oscars. The French Connection, Unforgiven. Though retired since 2004, he remains 95 in 2025. Glynis Johns, born on October 5, 1923 in Pretoria, South Africa. Glynis Johns starred in Mary Poppins and celebrated her 101st birthday this year. Terry Moore, born on August 25, 1929 in Glendale, California, Terry Moore was Oscar-nominated for Comeback, Little Sheba. At 96, she still appears in indie films. Dick Van Dyke, born on December 13, 1925 in West Plains, Missouri. Dick Van Dyke is best known for The Dick Van Dyke Show and Mary Poppins. At 99, his energy still inspires. Berry Gordy, born on November 28, 1929 in Detroit, Michigan. Berry Gordy founded Motown Records, revolutionizing music. At 95, he remains celebrated for shaping pop culture. Bill Hayes, born on June 5, 1925 in Harvey, North Dakota. Bill Hayes is known for soap opera, Days of Our Lives, and a 1950s music career. At 100, he continues to be recognized for his longevity in entertainment. Vanessa Redgrave, born on January 30, 1937 in London, England, Vanessa Redgrave is an Oscar-winning actress, known for Julia and Howard's End. At 88, she remains active in theater and film. Michael Caine, born on March 14, 1933 in London, England, Michael Caine became a British film legend with The Italian Job, Alfie and the Dark Knight. At 92, he continues to act occasionally. Jane Fonda, born on December 21, 1937 in New York City. Jane Fonda became an icon of film, activism, and fitness. At 87, she remains politically active and starred in Grace and Frankie. Joan Collins, born on May 23, 1933 in London, England, Joan Collins found fame with Dynasty. At 92, she continues to act and publish novels. Rita Moreno, born on December 11, 1931 in Humacao, Puerto Rico, Rita Moreno became one of the few EGOT winners. At 93, she remains active in film and TV, appearing in West Side Story 2021. Dustin Hoffman, born on August 8, 1937 in Los Angeles, California. Dustin Hoffman is known for The Graduate, Rain Man, and Tootsie. At 87, he continues to appear in select projects. Carol Burnett, born on April 26, 1933 in San Antonio, Texas, Carol Burnett is a comedy icon, best known for The Carol Burnett Show. At 92, she still performs live and makes appearances on television. Judi Dench, born on December 9, 1934 in York, England. Dame Judi Dench is revered for her roles in Shakespeare in Love and the James Bond franchise. At 90, she's still acting. Maggie Smith, born on December 28, 1934 in Essex, England. Dame Maggie Smith has charmed audiences in Downton Abbey and Harry Potter. At 90, she remains beloved and active. Yoko Ono, born on February 18, 1933 in Tokyo, Japan. Yoko Ono is a pioneering artist, musician, and peace activist. At 92, she still curates exhibitions and performs. Ali MacGraw, born on April 1, 1939 in Pound Ridge, New York. Ali MacGraw became famous in Love Story 1970. At 86, she stays involved in wellness and occasional acting. Angela Lansbury, born on October 16, 1925 in London, England. Angela Lansbury is best known for Murder, She Wrote, and musical films. At 99, she remains an icon of stage and screen. Tippi Hedren, born on January 19, 1930 in New Ulm, Minnesota. Tippi Hedren starred in Hitchcock's The Birds. At 95, she advocates for animal rights and occasional film appearances. Jane Seymour, born on February 15, 1951 in Hayes, Middlesex, England. Jane Seymour rose to fame in Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. At 74, she continues acting and producing. Sigourney Weaver, born on October 8, 1949 in Manhattan, New York. Sigourney Weaver is best known for Alien and Gorillas in the Mist. Now 75, she remains active in film and TV. Kathleen Turner, born on June 19, 1954 in Springfield, Missouri. Kathleen Turner became known for Body Heat and Romancing the Stone. At 71, she's active in voice work and series. Glenn Close, born on March 19, 1947 in Greenwich, Connecticut. Glenn Close rose to prominence in Fatal Attraction and Dangerous Liaisons. At 78, she's still starring in major films. Sally Field, born on November 6, 1946 in Pasadena, California. Sally Field is a two-time Oscar winner. Norma Ray, Places in the Heart. Now 78, she continues acting. Ellen Burstyn, born on December 7, 1932 in Detroit, Michigan. Ellen Burstyn starred in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and The Exorcist. At 92, she still appears in film and TV. Lily Tomlin, born on September 1, 1939 in Detroit, Michigan. Lily Tomlin is known for Nashville and Grace and Frankie. At 85, she remains active in television. Michael Douglas, born on September 25, 1944 in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Michael Douglas gained fame in Wall Street and Fatal Attraction. Today he's 80 and still producing and acting. Jane Curtin, born on September 6, 1947 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Jane Curtin starred in Saturday Night Live and Kate and Allie. At 77, she continues to act. Angelica Houston, born on July 8, 1951 in Los Angeles, California. Angelica Houston is known for Preezy's Honor and The Addams Family. At 73, she is still acting. Goldie Hawn, born on November 21, 1945 in Washington, D.C. Goldie Hawn rose to fame in Laugh-In and Private Benjamin. Now 79, she remains active. Blythe Danner, born on February 3, 1943 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Blythe Danner is known for Meet the Parents and Stage. At 82, she's still acting. Jamie Lee Curtis, born on November 22, 1958 in Santa Monica, California. Jamie Lee Curtis starred in Halloween and True Lies. At 66, she remains a horror icon and advocate. Susan Sarandon, born on October 4, 1946 in Jackson Heights, New York. Susan Sarandon won an Oscar for Dead Man Walking. Now 78, she continues acting and activism. Cher, born on May 20th, 1946 in El Centro, California, Cher became a music and fashion icon in the 70s and 80s. She remains active at 79, touring and releasing albums. Barbra Streisand, born on April 24, 1942 in Brooklyn, New York. Barbra Streisand is a legendary singer and actress. At 83, she still performs and produces. Dolly Parton, born on January 19, 1946 in Sevilleville, Tennessee, Dolly Parton became a country music icon. At 79, she continues releasing music and TV projects. Bette Midler, born on December 1st, 1945 in Honolulu, Hawaii, Bette Midler is known for The Rose and Beaches. At 79, she continues touring and acting. Gloria Estefan, born on September 1st, 1957 in Havana, Cuba. Gloria Estefan brought Latin pop to the mainstream with hits like Conga. At 67, she continues touring and acting. Julie Andrews, born on October 1, 1935 in Walton-on-Thames, England, Julie Andrews starred in Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music. At 89, she continues with voice work and public appearances. Carol Burnett, born on April 26, 1933 in San Antonio, Texas, Carol Burnett is a comedy legend, The Carol Burnett Show. At 92, she still performs on stage occasionally. Raquel Welch, born on September 5th, 1940 in Chicago, Illinois, Raquel Welch became a sex symbol in the 60s and 70s. At 84, she remains a cultural icon. Grace Jones, born on May 19, 1948 in Spanish Town, Jamaica. Grace Jones is a singer, model, and actress known for her avant-garde style. At 77, she remains active in art and music. Felicia Rashad, born on June 19, 1948 in Houston, Texas, Felicia Rashad is best known as Claire Huxtable in The Cosby Show. At 77, she continues working in theater and TV. Brenda Lee, born on December 11, 1944 in Atlanta, Georgia, Brenda Lee is known for her rockabilly hits and the Christmas classic, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. At 80, she still performs and remains a holiday icon. Diana Ross, born on March 26, 1944 in Detroit, Michigan, Diana Ross rose to fame with the Supremes and became a solo superstar. At 81, she continues to tour and record music. Debbie Allen, born on January 16, 1950 in Houston, Texas, Debbie Allen is an actress, dancer, and choreographer known for Fame and her work on Grey's Anatomy. At 75, she remains active in dance education and directing. Olivia Hussey, born on April 17, 1951 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Olivia Hussey became world famous for her role as Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, 1968. At 74, she continues to appear at fan events and conventions. Linda Gray, born on September 12, 1940 in Santa Monica, California, Linda Gray starred in the hit series Dallas. At 84, she continues acting in films and TV movies. Stephanie Powers, born on November 2, 1942 in Hollywood, California, Stephanie Powers is best known for Heart to Heart. At 82, she remains active in wildlife conservation and theater. Linda Evans, born on November 18, 1942 in Hartford, Connecticut, Linda Evans became a television icon for her role in Dynasty. At 82, she lives privately but occasionally appears in documentaries. Leslie Ann Warren, born on August 16, 1946 in New York City. Leslie Ann Warren starred in Victor, Victoria, and many musicals. At 78, she continues to act and attend industry events. Lee Majors, born on April 23, 1939 in Wyandotte, Michigan, Lee Majors became famous as the $6 Million Man. At 86, he still acts in films and voice roles. Anne Margaret, born on April 28, 1941 in Stockholm, Sweden. Anne Margaret dazzled in films like Viva Las Vegas and Bye Bye Birdie. At 84, she still acts occasionally and remains a screen legend. Lonnie Anderson, born on August 5, 1945 in St. Paul, Minnesota, Lonnie Anderson starred in WKRP in Cincinnati. At 79, she continues acting in television and film. Marlo Thomas, born on November 21, 1937 in Detroit, Michigan. Marlo Thomas starred in That Girl and is known for her philanthropic work. At 87, she continues to work with St. Jude's Hospital and appears on screen. Bernadette Peters, born on February 28, 1948 in New York City, Bernadette Peters is a Broadway and TV legend. At 77, she still performs in concert and lends her voice to animated projects. Charo, born on January 15, 1951 in Murcia, Spain, Charo is known for her flamboyant style and coochie coochie catchphrase. At 74, she continues to perform music and entertain. Catherine Deneuve, born on October 22, 1943 in Paris, France, Catherine Deneuve is a French screen legend. At 81, she continues to work in European cinema. Julie Christie, born on April 14, 1940 in Chabua, India, Julie Christie is known for Dr. Zhivago and Darling. At 85, she remains semi-retired but beloved. Brenda Vaccaro, born on November 18, 1939 in Brooklyn, New York, Brenda Vaccaro starred in Midnight Cowboy and Once Is Not Enough. At 85, she continues to act occasionally.